right? But just make it about Yandy do what she want to do, right?
Yandy definitely live in her own world. It's getting frustrating. I don't know how long I can tolerate.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Blackbird 91. We're talking to you guys about this question. When you make decisions without consulting your partner, it is a disrespect. I'm going to flip it a little bit. Ladies, when you make decisions without consulting your partner, your man, they are going to take it as a huge disrespect. It's going to cause bigger issues than you can ever imagine. Maybe you thought you were just being independent. Maybe you thought to yourself, I don't need to consult him. Maybe you thought to yourself, you know what? He won't mind. Maybe you thought to yourself, I don't have to consult you because, you didn't consult me last time. Whatever you felt like, okay? But I'm here to explain to you why you taking decisions is going to end up like what Mandisi and Yandy situation. You notice how he, approached the situation with Yandy and how annoyed he was when he was approaching it based upon the fact that because she had taken a decision and he said Yandy's going to do whatever Yandy's going to do. Men feel a huge sense of disrespect, which is, and contempt. They feel insulted, and they feel like the lack of courtesy, the lack of consideration that is issued to them when you're taking a decision and not consulting them is an act of disrespect. And the Bible tells us that women should submit unto to husbands as they do unto the Lord, and men should love their wives as they love the Lord as well, right? So you're supposed to love the wife like Christ loved the church. So for men, I'm going to give the men aspect in this instance specifically. I want to let you know, ladies, listen, look, respect is a huge thing for any man. You've heard it several times before, but let me break it down a little bit more. Why? Because the feeling of respect, the idea of respect is a feeling of deep admiration, okay? It's a sense of deep admiration. And I always look at this like, think about any man that you actually respect. How do you talk to them? Right? Maybe it's your father, maybe it's your uncle, maybe it's your brother, maybe it's an old ex, maybe it's your current partner, who knows? Right? Whatever, who that other person is, that man that gets your respect, how do you talk to them? What's your body language like? What's your tone like? What's the words that you choose like? Right? How do you address them? How do you address situations? There's a way that you address somebody when you feel there's a respect for them. You don't come in busybody anyhow. You come carefully, cautiously, because you don't want to offend them, because you have a high respect and high regard for them. And so men know when women are being disrespectful because they see how they operate with other people. They notice how they move with other people. They notice how they maneuver with other people. And so they can tell when you don't respect them and when you do respect them. Right? It's quite easy to tell. And so this is something that's quite interesting when you look at the scenario between men and women and relationships. I want to let you know, ladies, listen, please, don't be taking some of these decisions. I'm not talking about your everyday decision about what food you're going to eat. I'm talking about major decisions that concern the family, that concern the household. Don't take the decision without considering your partner. They're going to read it as disrespect, and that's going to be the biggest issue. It's going to be a huge issue which probably won't be told today. It might come on tomorrow. It might come on next week. It might come on towards the end of the relationship, all right? But these are the kind of things that begin to breed what we call contempt, which is, feeling like someone's beneath you or beneath your consideration. They're worthless or they're deserving of scorn. When contempt starts to creep in, you saw that at this point, Yandy almost went... It's because she's rolled her eyes and she breathed heavily because she's probably heard it before. And number two, also because contempt is starting to kick in now. Right, contempt is starting to kick in. The rolling the eyes, the heavy breathing, is starting to kick in a little bit now. So she's starting to feel some type of way. She's starting to feel a little bit of a type of way towards the situation, which is becoming a bit problematic as well. Right, so we've got to look at it that way. Okay, so before we get any further, I want to make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the uploads. I want to let you guys know. Listen, sign up for coaching because there's a link in the description box. We're here to help you guys. Listen, you can sign up for my coaching. We're here to make sure we connect the dots between the past and the present, help you understand what's actually really going on. And I'm not charging a set fee. It's whatever you feel that the session is worth, whatever you feel the coaching was worth, that is what you'll pay. Okay? So it's up to you. If you feel it's good and it's worthy of the highest praise, then you pay the highest praise. If it's not worth the highest praise, then you don't pay the highest praise. It is what it is. But I'm here to help people and I'm here to solve issues as well. All right, cool. Let's get into this conversation. when you make decisions without consulting your partner, it is a disrespect for men specifically. Okay, all right. I always say, like I said, how would you address somebody who is somebody you respect? You address them in a particular way. You come to them in a particular way. You use certain words, certain tones. You acknowledge how you move towards them. Now, what's really interesting about this video was that with Yandy and Mendeecees, he was frustrated because she was starting to make decisions without them. And we know that because we saw a clip. If you haven't watched them today, she made a decision about IVF and insemination with her cousin, and she was going to carry the baby basically for her cousin, and she never consulted Mendeecees before doing it. She waited to make it. She made a decision on it and then consulted Mendeecees and said you have to go along with it. So when disrespect is creeping in is when you start to not be able, when you stop considering me, when you start thinking that I'm beneath you, when you think I'm worthless, when you start to scorn me, when you don't think I'm on your level, when you don't consider my wisdom as anything but just trash, when you start to roll your eyes and have contempt for me, when you just can't, when you hear my voice, you know, now that's where the disrespect is starting. Okay, all right. So men find it very difficult to deal with those type of relationships because respect is one thing that we will always request. One thing that's really interesting is when you begin playing a role of the man, when you start playing my role, when you start playing the man's role, right, in the relationship, for instance, being the person who leads the family, when you start playing that role, it gets read as disrespect. Now, of course, with Yandy and Mendeecees, there's a slight issue here, which is he went away to prison for a little while. So she had to take on the role. But he's going to let her know, listen, but I'm here now. Let me take over. Why does he say that? Because he believes that he's back in his rightful position. He wants her to rest a little bit. But also because as a man, that's the role that he believes he should be playing. And when a woman plays your role, it's actually really saying that she don't believe that you can handle things. And when she starts playing your role, it's because she says, I can do it better than you. When she's playing your role, she's indirectly letting you know, I don't think you're fit for the job. Again, beneath consideration. Another aspect when it comes to disrespect is when you take away important decisions without consulting them, it shows a disregard and an afterthought of their wisdom. You don't believe their wisdom that they carry. If you don't think their carry is important, you don't think their wisdom that they carry really is wisdom. You feel like, listen, you're not learning, you're not growing, and you're not actually being benefited by their wisdom. So you're not actually going to take in their wisdom, right? Another thing is tone. Whenever our tone is off, you know, when we come out harsh, heavy, full of criticism type of tone, belittling, and you know, very almost issuing commands through directness of conversation, right? You are beginning to get to a place of disrespect. You don't talk to people like that who you respect. You know this? When you respect somebody's leadership, you tend to suggest, you don't direct. When you're in a place when you, as a woman, when you start to direct, your words about you need to do this, you are getting into a place of disrespect you don't realize, right? When your tone is off and you're talking to them like a little kid, okay, with harshness, we are getting to a place of disrespect. And so the whole ethos is this: when you're making decisions, you are a team, of course. But as the husband is to lead the home, in most cases, not all cases, I'm sure if you have different dynamics, fair up to you. But as a husband is meant to lead the home, to take a decision that's going to affect the direction and the course and the guidance of that family, like for instance, like Yandy did, which is you're going to be carrying a baby for your cousin, right, without consulting your husband, you are disrespecting the leadership. You're saying the leadership doesn't matter to you. The authority that you have over you doesn't matter to you. You don't mean enough to me for me to consult you. I don't need to consult you. I can do whatever I want. It's my body, whatever. But it's no longer your body, and no longer is his body. The Bible says that his body is yours and your body is his, right? So we don't have legal rights to be like, I can do whatever I want. No, you can't. You have a responsibility to your household and your marriage, and so does he. And so if he's going to lead correctly, he has to be able to be in a place of servitude. And you in a place of submittance. Okay? So yeah, when you make a decision without consulting your partner, it will inevitably lead to disrespect. So if you're trying to figure out why maybe your partner is feeling the way they are, it's because actually, indirectly, what you're saying is, I don't value you. I don't value your leadership. I don't value your wisdom. I don't value what you bring to the table. Like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button. And like I said, if you want some coaching, reach out to me. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded. We'll see you.